So it is a beautiful day and Flare Bear is super restless right now. She wants to go out, so let's go. It's a good day to make a DIY snake rack. So here, Flare Bear. Okay, come on, let's go. Good girl. She loves running around. Alright guys, so the first thing we need is a PVC board, and there you go. I got some boards to turn into racks, of course, and this material is really good. It's just white, pure white, and it does well against moisture. You can expect a really long lifespan from these boards. So I would say they're a really good investment to make a rack with. So by the way, we're going to be making the rack over here in this empty space. It's actually a basketball court. Aside from the PVC board, I'll show you what other stuff I got. There she is. So I went to the hardware and got some stuff that we will need to make this rack. So first up, we got 100 1 1/4 inch screws for wood. So it's important you use the screws for wood because these are the sharper ones. And here we have a 1 inch steel screw. This is for the wheels that we got, which are right here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So as you can see, I got 2 with locks and 2 without. This is just so when your rack is in place, you can just lock it to prevent it from moving by itself. And we got another pack of wood 1 1/4 screws, just to put the PVC together after we cut it. So we gotta make sure that we use as much of the board as possible. This is the line, the board there. Don't forget to put a little allowance. For this build, we're using a 2.5 to 3 inch allowance. So these two will be for the shelving and the sides, and this last PVC sheet will be for the back part. So before you start assembling, you want to make sure you have all your pieces cut. That includes the shelf, the actual shelves, the sides, and the back portion. So right now what we're doing is we're cutting the actual shelves that will hold the tub. I will not include the specific measurements of this build because we're working with a certain tub, but what we did was we put 1/2 inch allowance on the sides, and in front we put a 2.5 to 3 inch allowance. So what we're doing right now is we're screwing the sides in once we have all our cutouts done. So the sides are made up of the extra material that we have with the PVC boards. As you can see, we didn't fill up the whole side because we wanted to save the material and use less boards for this build. So as you can see, we're using a cutout of a box to serve as our allowance per level. So what we're doing is we're putting the tub first, and then the cutout of the box on top of the tub, and then the next layer of PVC, just to get a consistent allowance per level. And we just keep on doing this until we complete the rack. Alright guys, so this is the next day after the rack build. As you noticed, it was getting a little dark, so we decided to film today. Again, let's just go over this. So we put 3 screws in there, 2 screws at first on each level. When we're final with the structure, we put 1 in the middle just for extra support. This is a 9-level rack for this tub. Actually making this for one of my customers. So as you can see, the allowance right there. It's just a little. This is the exact width of the cutout box. And then here are the sides. So we decided again not to go with a whole sheet of PVC to cover the whole sides, just to save material. And for the back portion, we decided to go with a whole fully covered back. And we put in some screws in the middle as well. Lastly, talk about the wheels. So we decided to go for the wheels with the locks. We put it in front. In order to lock it, you just push this down with your feet. I'm just showing you guys with my hands, but you can do this with your feet. Just push this down like that. Just as easy as that. And so that one is turning. There you go. Now it's locked, so it won't move once it is in place. Alright guys, so this is the final look of our snake rack. I hope this snake rack build video helps you guys build a strong, steady, and long-lasting rack for your collection. So don't forget to take specific measurements of your tub and put the allowances accordingly. So I would recommend again 1/2 inch on the sides and around 2 to 3 inches in the front. And basic things to note are put a double layer on the bottom of the rack to keep it more sturdy and firm. Fill the back with PVC sheets even if the sides aren't filled out, because that will give you a more steady rack. Alright guys, see you in the next video.